Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if you could take a look at my jacket for me. It has a few tears on the... Oh, it's you. How are you, miss? I didn't recognize you at first. It had been a few weeks since we met. I do remember that walk we took that night. Quite fondly, if I do say so myself. How have you been? That's fantastic. I've been doing well myself. I actually came into the shop today because my usual tailor is out on a trip. He usually does such an amazing job, but when I needed him most, he decided to travel. Funny how that works, isn't it? Oh, well, the reason I actually came in today is because my jacket has a few tears in it. Quite a twist of fate it would be for you to greet me over this issue. Now that I think of it, this is a rather awkward situation for me. Maybe it would be best if I waited for my tailor to come back to town. Miss, wait, there's no need to look over my jacket. No, I wasn't attacked by something. I know I called them small tears, but yes, you are correct. They are rather large. I was hoping someone would be able to mend it. It's my favorite jacket. I have grown rather fond of it. Hopefully it isn't too far gone to be repaired. Well, you see, how it happened was there was this carriage. It had gone awry, crashing through the streets. You should have seen it, speeding down the hill. I tried leaping out of the way, tearing my jacket in the process. Why didn't you hear about this? It's funny you asked that. You must have been sleeping. It was the talk of the town. All right, you've caught me in my lie. There was no carriage. I have a terrible secret, miss. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. But there's just something about you that seems to draw the truth from me. Do you remember on our stroll how I mentioned a beast roams the woods near the edge of town? You see, that rumor's true. There is a beast. A vicious, uncontrollable beast. He roams those woods. He has been for many years now. Always staying out of sight of the townfolk. That beast is a werewolf. A man who transforms at the sight of the full moon, destined to hunt in that animal form through the night. It's a terrible thing. From the transformation process to becoming a frenzied beast. The worst aspect of it all is hiding that secret. Being the man who hides not only from the moon, but what happens under a full moon from the very people he walks among. I've hid this secret for most of my life, being careful to avoid the moon once I understood my ailment. I hardly transform anymore, usually by mistake, as I make sure to slumber through the night, my house as dark as a tomb. But last full moon was different. I was serving a dinner, nervously watching as the sun slowly crept closer to the horizon. We had finished, but unfortunately I was too late. Running home as quickly as I could, hoping to make it in time. But alas, finding myself in an alleyway, I writhed in pain, remembering how much it hurt. Everything slowly grew dark as my vision went. This hunger grew inside me, gnawing at me. Awakening in a field the next morning, not too far from town. Fortunately, I was able to locate my clothing. Most everything was torn to shreds. My jacket fared much better, So I went in search of a tailor. And now I'm here, in front of you, spilling the secret that could banish me from this town. And possibly even the ones in the surrounding area. To be honest, I don't know what came over me. There's something about you. A kind of light inside of you that tells me it's okay. I understand if what I told you just makes you want to become the town crier, screaming that I was the beast. You have every right to do so. A werewolf is something to fear. Miss, you don't seem concerned. Are you in shock, or is it something else? No, I don't think so. There has been a few times where I had gotten a hold of something, but when I woke that morning, being covered in dirt and unfathomably hungry told me I had no success in my hunt. Locking myself in my house guarantees both my safety, along with the safety of any innocent victim in the beast's path. I do remain lucky, though. I have only transformed a few times in recent years, but that still does not keep me from hunting when I do. You have sympathy for me? I must apologize, but I find your words hard to bear. The fact that you feel sorry for me comes to me as quite a shock. May I ask you why you feel this way? Your sorrow for my ailment is both a new yet warming feeling for me. I never expected to have my situation met with a comforting hand. No one has yet to discover my secret, but I always feared it would be the existence of the beast, not myself, that would stoke the consequences should that happen. The fact that the first person who learned of my secret feels sympathy for me brings me such peace I can't explain it. I always felt like an outsider, carrying an unseen burden with me everywhere I go. You help me feel like less of a beast and more like a man. If it is of any concern to you, simply avoid me every 29 days. You'll always be safe should you do so. You know, now that I think more upon it, since you know a little bit about me, I find it only fair for you to return the favor. Of course, doing so over a nice meal at the new restaurant. So what do you say? Can I take you out for a nice evening? Delightful. I rather look forward to it. It has been quite some time since I've been able to share a meal with such a beautiful woman. How does next week sound? I have no plans for Saturday night. Wonderful. I'll make sure to wear a different coat. I'm not quite sure this one is fitting for a date. Well, would you look at that? Maybe the gods have shown favor for me for once. Perfect timing if I do say so myself. Well, until our evening together, I must bid you an adieu, my dear. Until Saturday evening, find yourself well.